Well, today was 60 years from 1963 to 2023 that my sister, Virginia Gail Ward, became the first African American black girl, black person to graduate from Pebblebrook High School. The first, not the second, the first in 1970. It was in 1963. I told them that I would bring this shirt to her. This is the church that she goes to, Aaron's Tabernacle. And I'm over here on my great grandfather's land that he donated to African American students. This is William J. Scott Elementary School, as you see from the sign over there. That my great grandfather, he gave the land. At first, they were saying he sold the land. Y'all know the fight in me came out then. He gave the land across the street, Governor Kemp, for African Americans to have a free cemetery. Poor folks that could not afford to bury themselves. And so my great granddaddy, Reverend William J. Scott, did it. Dr. Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King, were the ones. Dr. King authenticated his land and what he did. And later in years, somewhere between 2008, somewhere between there, they brought us back to the school, the Scott family, and we had a program here, right here in the whatever you call it, in the auditorium, to dedicate that he did give. A black man gave away his land. We have a problem with giving away. Gave away his land so that black folks could be educated. Now, he gave it away not even knowing that his granddaughter, great granddaughter, because my mother was his granddaughter, and it's so odd. Today is the day they buried my mother, Thelma Cypers Scott Ward, his granddaughter. Today is the day, 60 years later, that my sister, Virginia Gail Ward, was the first African American, first to graduate from an all-white school, Pebblebrook High School. It was an exciting day today. And before I go to the exciting day, let me show you the backside of this building. It was because of Coretta Scott King that they eventually built the backside of this building right here onto the old school. This was the old school. When I went up until I was like maybe 6. Then then my dad and them always lived in Cobb County. But then they allowed us to go to Washington Street Elementary School. And they pulled me out of William J. Scott. I think I only went to school 1 year here. But this was the first black school. Across the street was the colored school. It was the Scots Colored School. That, they had colored school churches. And I tell everybody, the best place to go to learn about that history is up at Justice Robert Benham's family. They donated land up in Cassville, up 41, up Cartersville Way. That is a beautiful museum. So a lot of white folks took me across the street down here is where my great grandmother on the Ward side, Azalee, was the first missionary. And Bishop George Brawley officiated her funeral. So Virginia, it's a great day for you, in my opinion. And I brought the shirt over here because family, the people just want to meet Virginia. They cannot believe. I tell them she's still living. My sister is alive and well. They just want to meet her. They want to meet a lady that National News wrote an article on. And that she was the first. She graduated from Mount Harmony. The graduation was at Mount Harmony Baptist Church in 1970. You think, well, that wasn't long ago. It was during civil rights time. She went to the baccalaureate. My daddy was there. My daddy did not play with his children. He had 14 girls and boys, 14 total. And my daddy will hold his shotgun, y'all. We lived in the country. We slopped hogs. We farmed lands. My first whipping was the cow broke his leg because I didn't know you couldn't take a cow down a hill. So, Virginia, I'm bringing you, I want you to see it, your shirt from Pebblebrook High School. And they have a great honor of what they would want to do for you. They really, and I'm going to share it. They want to name one of them buildings after you. They're not fighting with you. It's no sin in the honor that they want to bestow upon someone that God used to not faint in the mind. She went on to be a banker at First National Bank of Atlanta. She went on to own care homes and still do. She went on to supervise activities for the seniors over at Parkland Manor up under Dominican. That's Virginia. That's Virginia Gail Ward. And so I personally got in my car and went up there and I got the shirt for you. Now, history is behind my name too. But this history is not my piece. This history is your piece. And your family stood strong today. We've stood strong for you every time they wanted to honor you. They just want to meet you. For some black kid that never reached a goal, that's important to them to see a Rosa Parks, to see a Virginia Gail Ward who reached the goal. That's not selfish. You didn't reach it for you. You reached it for the thousands and thousands and thousands that have graduated from Pebblebrook High School in Mableton, Georgia. You withstood the test. And it's okay that they want to meet you. It's not against, they wanted to meet Jesus. Zacchaeus went up in that tree. It's so many of them. Saul, met him when he told him to go down to Straight Street. And so it's so many stories that I could tell you in the scripture that people did for kingdom building. It is so many peoples that have been educated. We're also standing on the land that another kinfolks, Pearl Strickland, who's buried right across the street, right in the back of the church right there. Pearl Strickland. If you all, Miss Strickland and her husband gave every penny of their money away for you to get a scholarship to be educated. See, Ginger, those we call Virginia Ginger. Those are the shoulders that you stand on. They started the work. Your great granddaddy started the work, William J. Scott, right here, when he said, educate our children. He didn't know that your daddy was going to have 67 grandchildren. I don't think nobody knew that. 14 children, 10 girls and 4 boys. And that of Virginia Gail Ward would be the one that actually followed after his footsteps in education. But I don't think you know how important that is. That is a great step and a great move. I'm across the street from Aaron's Tabernacle Church. I'm going to go and give my niece this shirt to give to you tomorrow in church. This is a great honor. This is a honor that a school wants to name a building after you. That's an honor. A name, it is so many. It's been so many gun violence at Pebblebrook and all the schools in Cobb County and all over the United States. Think about, what was it, Sandhooks, where 19 or so died. Think about, and you, my sister, open the gates of heaven for students to be educated, to get a college degree, to be the doctors and the lawyers to take care of our bodies. When I meet a black doctor, I say, you look like a little girl or a little boy. It's because of you. You didn't take down. And they just want to say thank you. So I got the shirt today and met the principal. Your nephew, Stephen Culver, is an administrator. Who would have thought Reverend William J. Scott? We got a nephew, Quentin Ward. We got a nephew, a niece, Andrea Ward. All of them are principals. We have another niece, Dawn Ward. See, you still a family. Long as you got babies, you're our family. If you didn't have them and got married, you're our family. All of them are principals. Derek, a math teacher. Chris, a special need, traveling all over Georgia for suicide victims. Sheila went back, an older lady, got her master's degree, teaches right here in Smyrna. McKevin, who came out of Aaron's church, my sister's grandson, went on to teach the children that was caught up in the levee in New Orleans. Now he's over a school in Texas. Education. Educators. I wish one of them could come right here at William J. Scott's and be the principal here. Wouldn't it be something? We as black people don't know how roots are so important. Wouldn't it be something if one of Reverend William J. Scott's grandchildren became the principal at this school? So, Virginia, as I end, I'm leaving the church. I'm leaving this shirt up at the church with our niece. I pray that she will give this to you. I believe she will. I hope she will. I was going to come to your house. I wanted you to put it on and me to take a video or a picture of you putting it on because the people just want to know that you are a real human. And I keep telling them my sister is alive and well. My sister is a human. She did graduate in 1970 as the first Black person from Pebblebrook High School. And Virginia, did you know the school opened in 1963? So that was just 7 years. And Dr. King and the others was really fighting for us Black folks to be able to get an education. And you were the one that marched down that aisle by yourself with all the other graduates of Pebblebrook High School to break down the barriers for Black peoples to be educated. The principal want to meet you. We begged you to come, but all we can do is just share. And I'm going to leave the towel and the shirt at Aaron's Tabernacle, Phi Baptized Holiness Church for you. I'm going to leave it. The people that graduated want you to have this. Also on Sunday, tomorrow, December the 22nd, 2023, they're going to have an interfaith service at the Performing Arts Center at Pebblebrook High School. 60 years is a long time. The community is invited. Think about it. Think about it. This service is for the fallen ones that have died, but you're still living. You're living. You're alive and well. I know it. I talk to you all the time. Enjoy this message. Enjoy your shirt.